Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back. Your girl is back after a very, very, very long time, you guys. Your girl is back. Um, Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get my life together. Get my life together. Get my life together. Get my life together. Oh my god, what's going on my computer? Oh Jesus. Look, it's been so long. I don't even know how to use this thing. Okay, I don't know about all this. I can't even see my comments. This is a lot. Okay, this is a lot. This is a shame, honey. I have not even been I ain't even been on YouTube in so long. I don't even know how to work the thing no more, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second to get my life together, okay? Okay. But hey, it is your girl Night into J. It is your girl Night into J, and I am back with another YouTube video. It has been a while. It has been a while. Um, yeah, let's see. It says, there go my girl. I always have my notification on. Hey, little black. Hey. Thank you for having your notifications on. Thank you. Honey, let me tell everybody to come on in. All right. But thank you for watching, Little Black, and thank you for having those post notifications on, honey. You is loyal, okay? Because I've been gone for a minute. Okay. I said, you know what? I have been gone for a minute. Let me come back with a new thumbnail. Let me come back with let me come back and just say hey to my people because y'all know I popped out yesterday and I was like being a little petty. So I was like, if I can make me a petty community post, I can come say hey to my people and just catch up and see what's been going on. If y'all are watching from the outside, tell your girl hey. Tell your girl hey. I have missed y'all. I have missed y'all. It has been a minute. It has been a minute. I'm gonna get into why I've been ghost and what's been going on these YouTube streets. Y'all catch me up, honey. Let me get comfortable. Your girl has a little cold. Hey, Lula Elridge. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Yes, I missed y'all. I missed y'all. I said, let's first get into where I have been. I honestly just fell back from YouTube because I was like, listen, this conversation is getting redundant. It's the same arguments over and over again. And I don't want to come on here sounding like a broken record. That's honestly really why I just took a step back. Hey, Cha, yes, long time no see. Yes, everything has been amazing. It has been a long time. It has. But thank y'all for joining in. Yeah, but sorry if I sound a little out of breath, y'all. Your girl got a cold. But yeah, I just really just was like, you know what, look. It's the same shit every day on here. It's the same conversation, and because I built the bulk of my content off of this style, it's like this it's never gonna go anywhere, right? So I just removed myself from the group chat. That's all. You know how you just watch stuff, kind of like Krishan and Blueface. You know how we be watching that over and over again, and it just gets so damn tired that you be like, you know what? Remove me from the group chat, okay? Remove me from the group chat. That's pretty much just where it went. It wasn't nothing really major. My life is still the same. I'm still doing my thing. My life has been awesome. Still been blessed, still been highly favored. So it just was just more so of I didn't want to come, in order to kind of thrive in this sector, you have to be willing and ready to go to war every day with complete strangers. You have to be willing to get up and argue about the dumbest shit every day. You have to be willing to just windmill every day. And that just went my CeeLo. That just went my CeeLo. And honestly, I just was like, um, for me, it was getting to a point where everybody was kind of getting themselves in too deep for my liking. It's just like we got people that we're all at the end of the day, we are all black women, we're all mothers, we're all beautiful people, and just to see everybody kind of come on here and attack each other every day, all day, it just wasn't something that I want to participate in on the regular. So that's it. It's just simple and plain. I just kind of, was like, yeah, no. I'll just every now and then I'll just tune in from the bushes, but honestly, I don't even do that. It's just whenever I have some free time, of course, everyone, even people who I don't even subscribe to, everyone shows up. I see the different arguments working out, but I promise you, I don't keep up with nobody religiously or just know every single detail of what's going on. Like I tried to catch it up over these last few days and tune in and see what's the latest tea and see who arguing with who and what's going on. And I couldn't keep up. I'm like, who is this? What they arguing about? Huh? What? So yeah. For me, I was just like, yeah, no. But I did come out the bushes the other day with my community post, and let me just say this, y'all. That community post was just simply me just being petty. That's it. It was not. I ain't finna. It's not to reignite. Oh, no old feuds or beef. I promise you, I'm not sitting nowhere think about no hoe. No, you know what I'm saying, on no daily basis. But of course, if you were involved in, certain conversations and things of that nature, then y'all see how everything played out over the years. And so, just to see the same person who got on here and just simply did not agree with my perspective and then made up a whole storyline about my life and told a complete lie just to see that person just now finding out about what the hell a 401k is was like, girl, what the fuck? So, but it wasn't like, to oh my god, we finna start arguing every day. Oh my god, like no, it ain't it never gave. It never gave. I promise you, I'm not that interested. I promise you, I'm not that interested. I promise you, I'm not thinking about no bitch that much. I promise you, I'm not comparing myself to nobody. It just was to prove a point that, wow, just a few years ago, this same person that didn't agree with what I said, and they came on here and they created this whole narrative and tried to push this whole narrative into people's head that because I did not agree with their mother, I was some struggling, broke down bitch that could not take care of her child, and I desperately needed YouTube to take care of my child, and I was grasping for coins, and there's no way I could be making money with a bachelor's degree. And they tried to put this struggle narrative on me instead of just saying, hey girl, I don't like what you said and here's why. Instead of just sticking to the facts, they try to create a narrative that I was broke. So to now see that person just now, getting excited about a 401k at this, and we all pushing 35. When I said damn to 35, I'm damn to 35 too. Okay. But to see this person getting excited about that, which is nothing wrong with it, right? Nothing is wrong with it whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's every a win is a win, right? So, this ain't no hating shit. This ain't me tearing nobody down. If you are climbing the ladder and discovering yourself as a woman and digging into new things, it's exciting, it's wonderful. But it just was like, damn. Now wait a damn minute. Now you know what I'm saying. That's pretty much just all it was. But it was never to be like, to restart nothing, because I promise you, I'm not that girl. Okay. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. Okay. Like I said, of course I tune in here and there, and I see that she responded to that or whatever. But yeah, it never gave that. It was just a petty moment, like we all have. The same way you all can get on here and argue about the same shit for 3 years straight. The same way you all can get on here and 1 minute you rubbing elbows and you're friends with somebody who don't talk about your deceased loved ones. The next minute y'all on here sharing each other information, taking each other to court, talking about each other, talking about children, got babies and thumbnails. The same way that you all can do that petty ass dumb shit every day, that's just every now and then other people jump out and be petty, and that's it. But yeah, I ain't worried about no hoe. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like this it's never gave that. But yeah, so I was like, well, hey, my people were saying, hey, come live. So I was like, well, if I can come out the bushes for that, I can come out the bushes to say hey and talk to everybody. But no, I'm not gonna be out here going back and forth with nobody. Let's not get this twisted, okay? It just was a coincidence that that person was just now learning about some things that we've all, the same people that she has talked about like a dog and called us all type of broke down bitches and made it seem like she was so above. We've all we've all been there, done that. So while you're looking down on other people, we've been there. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you, just watch how you put your mouth on people. That's it. That's all I was saying. Like it was never to be like, oh yeah, bitch, let's get this shit going. Like, no, the shit we had going on was very much so old. But one thing I ain't never gonna forget, I ain't never gonna forget a bitch that told a bold faced lie. I don't give a damn if it was 20 years from now. If you lie on me, I'm never going to forget. And let's not forget the other lie. Let's not forget the other lie about me having a fake alias page, and that turned out to be not true. And there was never nothing said about that either. So that was just my whole point. That was it. That was all. And as far as me having a PPP or whatever, baby, I promise you, I promise you. I have every document, every email. My shit was forgiven on August the 13th of 2021 at 1:40 p.m. Okay. Trust and believe. I had all my ducks in a row for that. I have been claiming my side hustle on my damn taxes since January 28th of 2018. That was long before a PPP was ever even thought about. Okay. So trust me. Anything that I ever applied for, trust and believe, I have did my research thoroughly and made sure I had my shit together prepared. And best to believe, if I was a scammer, I would have got them 40K that all the other people was around here getting, okay? Because trust me, I'm not scamming for no damn 13K, baby. I input my real shit from my real documents in there, and that's all it gave me, and that's what I got. And the reason why I didn't pull it from my 401K is because, baby, it was not because I did my research, okay? This was something that was eligible to be forgiven. A loan out your 401K ain't finna be forgiven, you finna pay that shit back, okay? So if I qualify for something because I meet some criteria and they say, hey, also, not only do you meet this criteria, but also as long as you can produce your proof, you can also be forgiven. Hell yeah. I'm going to sign me up, baby. Sign me the fuck up. So yeah, that was that. So trust and believe I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. If I was a scammer, baby, best believe I ain't scamming for no 13K, baby. I'm going for the gusto. Okay. Little Black said, okay, trust me, honey. You trust me. I was on that list researching like everybody else. Honey, I was on that list searching people names too. And honey, people was around here getting 40, 50, 104. Child, please. No, baby, never gave that either. Hey, alive and prosperous. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, no more drama. It says, hey, now I was just thinking about you, and here you were. Glad to see and hear your point of view on matters. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I just had to come clear that up because, like I said, I don't I'm human, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect Patty, okay? And everybody have their moments. And this is a conversation, or this sector have been having the same conversation for years on years. And so, I will never forget anyone that has tried to slander my name or my character with the bullshit. So when I see it, and this is the thing. I don't overdo shit though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of the people that's finna try to, I'm not finna go for the gusto. I'm not finna try to contact your job. I ain't gonna do all that. But if it's a moment to be like, now ain't this bitch right here? Ain't this like not the same person who said I was broke? Not the same person who said people with bachelor's degrees don't make no money. I mean, if you're gonna make a bold statement like that, if you're gonna tell a bitch that ain't no way she making no money with no bachelor's degree, you best to have all your ducks in a row. And that was my only point. That was it. But I'm never pocket watching nobody. I want everybody to win, even the people I don't like. I want everybody to win and go to the moon because it's hard out here. Okay, it's hard out here for everybody. Okay, so I want everybody to make it too. And let me rephrase that. Okay, it's not hard out here, but when it comes to us being African Americans, we have to work harder than the average person. So we can very much so have our way in this life, but we have to go through a little bit more because of the stereotypes that are already put against us. So one thing about it, two things for certain, I'm never knocking what a bitch got going on. But if something is a coincidence, I will definitely call it a coincidence, especially when a bitch don't lie on me. I don't give a damn if it was 20 years from now. I ain't gonna never forget no hoe that told a lie on me. I'm sorry. And that's just what it was. That's just what it was. But now this ain't gonna be no. I just wanted to set the tone for all my people that love me and support me. Now this ain't that. This ain't finna be no battle of words. We ain't finna windmill in the YouTube streets. I don't have that type of time on my hand. Y'all know. Y'all see me. Y'all have seen me go ghost plenty of times. I don't have that type of time on my hand. I promise you. Hey Sharon. Hey. But yeah. But yeah, so that's all it was. And it's not comparing anything. It's just like, wow, damn. And it really is just, you just have to be careful how you put your mouth on people because, if you don't agree with someone, the moral of the story is this: if you don't agree with someone, and if you feel like what they said about a situation that involves whatever you had going on was not accurate, then all you have to do is just come back with the facts and just say, hey, you know what? I don't feel what you're saying, and I don't appreciate what you said because of this, that, and the third. But instead, you made up a whole lie. And you can say it was your opinion and you try to spin it into, well, that was just my opinion or what I thought, but you tried to push a false narrative. And that's just something that I just won't forget. But it's not a one-sided beef. It's not a none of that. It's just that was yesterday or whatever that was. It was like, I know damn well. And that just was a funny moment. But if we're gonna speak on it, what I'm saying, we're gonna try to bring up old shit and let's see, you don't want to be for me. Well, ma'am, let's address the real lies that have been told here, okay? Because there have been some real lies that have been told. What's going on with this private investigator money? Where are the receipts for that? What's going on with all this other bullshit? Why? And then it's just a lot, y'all. It's just a lot. It's just so much bullshit. And then I got attacked years ago for just having an opinion about, what I had an opinion about. And your mama has made up with these same people that had the same opinion I had, fell out with them, made up with them again. It's just a hot ass mess. It is just a hot ass mess. And so that's why I removed myself from the group chat. Because it just don't be making sense. That's all. Like, even me trying to even think back to all the shit and just talk through it, it's just like, yeah, no. But anyway, so that was just that. So that's why I came out the bushes. I came out the bushes to just have my petty moment, but I promise y'all I'm back in the bushes. Y'all know I ain't finna keep going back and forth. But I have been noticing it's been a lot going on. So it's supposed to be talks of lawsuits. It's supposed to be talks of private investigators. It's supposed to be talks of a lot of stuff. And I just want to say this, and a lot of people may not like when I say this. I think that everyone needs to really take a step back and really, really ask themselves, how did we get to this point? Because I think that no one should be this heavily involved in an internet feud to the point where now people are having to, hey, tell the truth, hey. People are having to go sit in courtrooms. People are having to, it's just a lot going on. And for me, I just feel like everyone, I mean, I'm not left or right side or any of that. I'm just Nigeria. I feel like everyone has played a part, and everyone is a little bit wrong. And I'm I'm just being real. Now, are there some of us who are more wrong than others? Oh, definitely, 100%. But I think that everyone has gotten themselves into a pickle. It's just like it's as simple as this. We all kind of came here with one common agenda, and that was to just speak out for people who speak out for a content creator who we felt like was being unfairly judged, or who we felt like was just not being done right. And in the midst of that, all these side arguments and all these side conversations have broken out, and it just has become one big mess. And on one hand, you could say be positive, change your content, talk about something else, but then let's just be real, people ain't gonna watch, right? um but on another hand, it's just like, when are we going to get back to a mature place of really having real valid conversations versus just attacking each other and going for the gusto every day? Like, that is the part and that is the reason why I can't really be a consistent part of the conversation, because when are we going to get back to the real root of just regular conversations, even if it's commentary that we don't agree with? When are we going to kind of get back to the, hey, let's just have a conversation about this, let's have a conversation about what we observe, versus let me attack, let's cuss each other out, let's post each other children, let's post each other, like, it's just getting, it's 3 years later, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 years later. Hey, Blessing. Hey. I mean, at what point can we move the conversation forward to just a not even a peaceful place, just a place that makes sense? Because I'm telling you, I tried to catch up these last 3 days, and I was like thoroughly confused. Now, when it comes to, I guess, the inclusion and Nana with her saying that she's gonna sue her. Hey. Um, with that, it's just like this. Nobody's hands are clean. So I don't see how there's gonna be a lawsuit brought up against the inclusion when you all did post this latest information. You all did talk about this lady like a dog. You all did attack, you all attacked her, okay? So they need jobs and bingo for the elders. Okay. Yes. Yes. You all did. Now, would I have now if I were inclusion, and this is just my opinion, if I were inclusion, would I have then in turn started writing letters and all of that? I probably wouldn't went that far, because then that does create a sticky situation where it's like, hmm, that does put you in a position where now you could be viewed as trying to play with someone's livelihood, because now you're taking it to, you're taking it beyond just YouTube. So you it's like that. It's for so that's where you get where that's where it gets hard for me, because it's like I feel where inclusion is coming from, where she's speaking out against people who she feel like is being nasty to her. Hold on one second, child. One moment. Yeah, my bad, honey. Look, but yeah, so even though I like include rule, and I can feel how she was like, hey, hell no, these bitches got me fucked up to talk about me, right? But now we're in a pickle because now there is talks of lawsuits. And it's just like when you already know who you dealing with, you have to kind of just not fall for the bait. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I feel like that's what a lot of the people who probably started off meaning well, hey, Tweety Creation. Oh, okay, I already said hey, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think that a lot of you all have to stop falling for the bait. I think that a lot of you all started off meaning well, and you all meant, to come on this platform and speak out against wrongdoings. But in the midst of that, you fall into the trap of now you're digging yourself into a deeper hole of something that is just not, it was never that serious to begin with. And so my advice to everyone is, don't fall for the bait. Don't take the bait. That's what it is. Because even though, because I've been in that situation years ago. I just came on here and I just gave my honest opinion about Roz, coming after Latrice freshly after her son died, her getting mad at Latrice because Latrice didn't show any sympathy for her. All I said was, how are you going to expect sympathy from someone who you have antagonized and who you've tried to ruin? How are you going to expect this person to not feel a way about you? How are you going to expect this person to not want to come for your neck? How are you going to expect this person to not have any empathy for you? Because at the end of the day, you have attacked them and you have tarnished their brand. That's all I said. And I got attacked and all of this type of stuff. But if I would have fed into that and kept going and going and going and going and going, it just would not have been a situation that was it wouldn't have made sense. And what I'm trying to say is, I think that, it's getting to a point where it's not making sense on either end. And my advice to everybody was just, learn how to unplug and just be like, all right, bitch, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with yesterday, I made my community post. She said what she said. She want to bring up, PPP. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna try to go out my way to prove shit to nobody. I'm not writing your job. I'm not digging up your information. I'm not doing any of that, because I said what I said and it is what it is, and I'm moving on with my life. And I think that a lot of people just need to understand that this is just the internet. And these people who we started to speak out against, while they do some messed up stuff, they say some messed up stuff, right? But they are going to be who they are going to be. You know what I'm saying? And there's no amount. I mean, we can get on here and we can talk about it till we're blue in the face. At the end of the day, they're going to be who they're going to be. And the only thing that we can do is just we can continue to set our opinions and say our piece, and let them do that, and let them do that on their end. You know what I'm saying? But the back and forth, the personal attacks, the court cases, all that's where it just gets to be like it's too much. It says, what new folks fail to realize is, if you come out of nowhere swinging at folks, don't get mad and play victim when they swing back. And in this sector, they swing hard and low. Exactly. Oh, thank you, thank you. But yeah, and so that's why I just feel like everybody's a little bit too wrapped up. So because I mean, I honestly didn't even, like I said, I don't like the daughter, right? So I don't just watch her content faithfully, but well, she pops up on my community because, of course, this is all the conversations are going about, and I seen that a lot of people were bringing back up her eviction and shit like that. And even like with that, like, you're still on here trying to pop your shit as if you have any leverage over anybody else, and yet your ass had an eviction, and nobody's even downing you for that, because guess what? That shit happens, right? But it's just like shit like that, and then you still turn around and have the nerve to try to downplay somebody else. That's what blows my mind. And that's all I was saying. But anyway, my ADHD kicking in, y'all. Back to the matter at hand. So that's the thing. The lawsuit situation is crazy, but I feel like both parties have, it's just in too deep on both ends. And I feel like everyone kind of needs to learn how to back out of the group chat, so to speak. Now all this other stuff, y'all, I don't really know what's going on in detail. I know that Ross fell out with the crew that she went to New York with, which, I mean, we saw that coming. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. Of course, we talked about her falling out with Chase them, and that's when you're busy and involved in a healthy, decent life with family and friends, you don't have time to be involved in BS and digging up folks' lives. I never understood what that does for their life. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the thought process behind putting out people information, going to dig up their stuff, and then when they start accusing you of doxing them, or they start accusing you of whatever, then it's like, well, well, no, I mean, it was public information. What do you mean? Like, it's just like it never gave. It never gave that someone talking about their disagreements of your content, it never gave you having to go dig up their information and try to expose shit, because at the end of the day, you ain't exposing nothing. I mean, people are who they are. People have done what they've done, and it's like that's all that goes on. It really, what happens is somebody don't agree with Ross, they go try to let's see who this person really is that's disagreeing with us, and then that's when all the back and forth stuff, and that's when all the back and forth start, and that's when the other side tries to defend themselves and they start swinging low, and then the other side try to swing lower, and then the other side try to swing low. It just becomes a lot. It becomes a lot to digest. But Ross falling out with everybody and getting argued with everybody, I would just say this: you have to be very mindful of how you speak on people and how you drag people, because the very same things that you were criticizing Latrice for, oh, she can't keep no friends, oh, she fall out with everybody, oh, everybody around her exposes her. It's really ironic how that very same thing is happening to you. And honestly, it's like the universe is putting you in the same position that Latrice was in. You're trusting people, you're doing this social media thing, you're meeting people, you're just building bonds, you're just meeting people because they're watching your content, they love you, they start latching on to you, you start embracing them. Then y'all have a disagreement, and then the shade starts, and then now we're playing the games of, well, who came for who first and who was shaded to who first, and then now everyone feels sorry for the person who's fell out with you, and they start attacking you. You see how that works? That's kind of what happened with Latrice. That's how Sharita even came to the forefront. Sharita fell out with Tree. Sharita came to you. You felt sorry for her. You embraced it, and she turned on you like she turned on Trees. So the same bed, because you wanted to, make a bed for Trees to end her, right? And so you invited Sharita in, thinking that was going to the information that she gave you was going to end her. And then look what has happened. Look at God. Now she won't let up on your ass. Now this one cause 50,000 other side arguments. And now the very person who you started this whole journey to attack and tear down and destroy, now you're going through the exact same shit that she going through. People getting close to you and snaking you out. People who you think you can trust and people who you trust to come on your platform fucking with you, going to other people trying to tear you down. People making up lies about you, things that you say are lies about your family and your children, people speaking on your kids, people upsetting you, the very thing that you all were judging Latrice for. Now you're going through that same thing. Hey, CC's life. Exactly. Yes, the very same thing that you did to Latrice is coming back on you. It's like, you better be careful who you dig that grave for. And that's what I'm saying. All that, like, to her, all that calling people broke, speaking on people's accomplishments, trying to down people just because they don't have the same opinion, trying to build a narrative that someone don't have this and don't have that. Like you better be careful. There's power in the tongue. Everything that you try to speak out against someone else, you're gonna end up in that same position. Stop trying to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just years ago. Let's go back down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? You and your daughter sitting up here trying to conjure up a narrative about me. Hey Victoria, hey. Blessing says they're hitting her with a potato sack of rocks, and I mean big rocks. Okay, but yeah, years ago, all I did was gave an innocent opinion. Didn't call nobody out their name. Didn't laugh at nobody deceased loved ones. Didn't do none of that. All I did was just gave my opinion. Y'all tried to paint the narrative that I was broke, didn't have shit, this, that, and the third, blah 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 blah. That was a bold faced damn lie, and then boom, you got eviction coming out. You couldn't pay your bills at the top of the year. And even though you probably recovered from that, guess what? That probably was a humbling experience. Guess what? It got exposed to everybody. Boom, it's rumors about you having to change jobs. Boom, you're just not getting a damn 401k and having to start over. And guess what? That's fine. But just be careful how you put your mouth on people. Just because you can get on this platform and argue with people and do this petty shit back and forth with your mama, that don't put you in no better position than nobody else. Stop trying to comfort people neck and their accomplishment because you just don't agree with but you just don't agree with their content. And it's the same for Roz. Roz, you sitting around here and you judging this woman for falling out with people. This all started because she broke up with Coco. Then you end up getting argued with Coco. You know what I'm saying? Then you end up getting to argue with him, being his friend again, getting to argue with him, being his friend again. You end up saying the same shit that she's saying. Then you judge her for falling out with Sharia. Then guess what? Then you end up falling out with Sharia. Then you end up seeing this, and then you end up seeing the same shit that Treese see that she saw. And don't forget about the AB pregnancy. What AB pregnancy? What happened with the AB pregnancy? Y'all fill me in. What happened with the pregnancy? Who was pregnant? You see, that's how much I do not be tuned in. I promise you. Who was pregnant? Y'all fill me in. But yeah, it's just stop. Just don't be careful how you speak on people. You know what I'm saying? Like even with Shawty and the eviction shit she had. You know what I'm saying? Cheryl said exactly, Blessing. It says, why do no feel it's crazy to have so much hatred towards someone they have never met, but it's not crazy for her mammy when it okay. Wake that up, Mark Patrick. Wake it up. Wake that up, honey. It says, dang, I'm late. I miss you now. Where have you been? Oh, yes, girl. Everything is okay. I just been living life. Like I said, I just had to tap out of the conversation because it got redundant. That's all. I promise y'all, when I go missing, ain't nothing wrong with me, honey. I mean, if y'all ever want to keep up with me, my Instagram name is the same. I think people can see when I post stories. I post stories here and there, or whatever. It says, yo, hater, LOL, girl, they dug up all her current events. What? She was a prank on that. Let's see. It says, yeah, she's getting back everything she's done to Trees. Just look at how Ross first came out. Like Mary Poppins, but in reality, a so-called gangster doing her thug things. Oh, Lord Jesus. Not the hater was pregnant, child. See? I mean, I'm just saying, like, but even when Shawty had the whole eviction situation came out here, I didn't ride the situation till wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? I see people are bringing it back up. I didn't, I ain't reposted it and trying to bring it back up, but it's like Shawty, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's when you have not acknowledged. For me, it's like I don't respect people who don't acknowledge that they told a bold-faced lie. And for me, after the whole argument when they first tried to drag me, it was like, all right, okay, whatever. But when they got on here, and her mom did 2 lives, and she said that her and her daughter had an IP address, and they can prove that I had an alias page, and then I proved, and the other girl proved that it was a bold-faced lie. and they never said shit about it to clear it up. They never said, oops, my bad, sorry. You know what I'm saying? That was like, okay, y'all have no more respect for y'all hoes. Cause that's just like, and so when people go to those type of extremes to tell lies like that, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Every time I see some shit going on, I'm gonna tune in. At first I used to try to take the high road, and I used to try to be like, yeah, I ain't gonna laugh anybody down. I'm not gonna laugh at nobody. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be quiet, but no, every now and then I'm a cackle. Every now and then. Now I'm not gonna keep up with it consistently, but every now and then I'm gonna get my kiki and my caca, because it's just God don't like ugly. He don't. He don't. He really don't. You know what I'm saying? One thing about me, baby, I'm me to the core. There is no comparison. I can't compare myself to nobody, because guess what? I'm me. I'm Nigeria. I've been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting out here doing what I gotta do to make myself better as a woman. But one thing I ain't never did, I've never in my life set up here and told a bold-faced lie on somebody just because I don't agree with where they're coming from. I've never tried to speculate about what nobody going through financially if I don't know them personally. I've never tried to get on here and paint no narrative about anybody and the type of parent they are or the type of person they are. All I do is I speak to what I know to be true, or what I have gathered an opinion off of based on what I've seen. But I'm not gonna get on here and make up no narrative about nobody and then try to stand on the shit like it's facts and then get proven that it's wrong and don't say shit. I'm sorry, I just don't respect shit like that. Mm-mm. But what happened with the pregnancy, y'all? So what happened? Who was pregnant? Damn. It's been a lot going on, and I just been missing it because that's how out of tune I be. But it's just like everything is coming back full circle. It's full circle, and it's kind of like now, Roz is. I hope that you're realizing that you're experiencing the same thing that Tris is experiencing. You're creating a living off of making content, and people are attacking you left and right. But because this has become a source of income for you, you're going to keep going in the midst of whatever anybody has to say. This is making you your bread and butter. So guess what? You're going to continue to come on here and do your thing, just like Treese was continuing to come on here and do her thing. But you want people to back up off of you and let you do it in peace. But that is not what you did to Treese. You want people to respect the fact that this is, one of your sources of income, and this is, this is how you get down, and you want them to respect you and not go below the belt and not try to, you know what I'm saying, come for your neck and not talk about you in a salacious way and not come for your grandbabies and your deceased baby and all of that. You want people to give you some level of respect while you do your newfound job. And that's all that Treese wanted. All she wanted was to come on here and do her content, do her mukbangs, show her kids, go to Sarasota, visit her Florida, get in her relationships, do whatever she got to do with just a little respect from the people. She would ask somebody to agree with everything she was doing. She ain't asking somebody to kiss her ass. She just saying, hey, don't get on here. Don't try to call the people on me and calling CPS and going below the belt. Don't get on here talking about my children and all that. If you see some and you got an opinion about it, cool, but just don't take it too far. That's all this woman asked you all in the beginning. All she asked you was, look, just don't take it too far. But no, y'all want to do interviews with people who work in the warehouse. Y'all want to spread lies about the seasoning that she was making. Y'all wanted to interview her ex-scorn lover. Y'all wanted to befriend him. Y'all want to do all this below the belt shit. But then when people start coming back and doing the same thing to you all, it's, oh my God, it's going too far. Well, too far is posting people's information and trying to paint a narrative of them that is just simply not the fuck true. Too far is getting on your platform and telling a bold-faced lie that you for sure have an IP address on somebody and you know for a fact they got an alias page, and that's a bold-faced damn lie and you don't say shit about it. That's too far. But guess what? You don't give a fuck. So why should anybody else? Exactly. It says when LA showed them that $1 million check, I'm talking about they lost their top. They lost their top. And you know, and now the very thing that Latrice was going through, now you're going through it. Now you can't breathe without somebody wanting a problem with you. Now you can't breathe without somebody talking about your children. Now you can't breathe without somebody, making up their own thoughts and narratives about what's going on in your life. And it says she's claimed she never called CPS. Girl, please. So we're gonna forget the whole mandated reporter conversation. We're going to forget that you set up and you told us that you was a damn mandated reporter. We just gonna forget that. We're gonna forget that. Okay. And that's what I think. I think that they be forgetting that we remember all this shit. Like we remember all of it. We remember it. We remember how all this shit started. Now, like I said, I do feel like certain people feed into it a little bit too much and they keep it going, right? So I feel like that on both ends. I feel like, everybody needs to kind of learn how to kind of like, like me, I know how to take a chill pill from the shit. One thing I'm not finna do, I'm not finna get on here arguing about every day about shit. I'm not finna go live for live with you. I'm not finna Google your name. I'm not finna Google your job. I'm not finna do none of that. So I think that people do need to like kind of just practice that self-control to not just go there. You know what I'm saying? But then it's hard to tell people to do that when people are going there on you, you know? It says, of course she didn't call. She had someone else in her camp call. Okay. Okay. Like, y'all did a lot to this lady. Y'all did. You know what I'm saying? And you said it out your own mouth. You wanted to break her down. And then to this day, you're still trying to justify it because she got on here after my son died and she spoke ill and she taunted me. No, she got on here and she pretty much just let your ass know that, hey, I feel like this is your karma. Now, was that right of her to do at that moment? It probably wasn't morally right in that moment for her to pick at an open wound. But at the end of the day, you had picked at all her open wounds. So who are we to tell? You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, should people stay away from the topic of someone's child passing away? Yeah. But at the same time, if someone has ruined my business, try to get my kids taken away, talk shit about me, keep in mind, y'all, the whole CPS call and all that had been going on. That wasn't just after people were so-called responding to treat. That was not y'all had been attacking this woman and doing a lot of low down dirty shit to her from day one before anybody's son became deceased. Okay. It was a lot going on already. It was a lot of harassment. It was a lot of leaking her address. It was a lot of shit going on. A lot of low down shit going on to this woman beforehand. So, it's kind of like you cannot justify you trying to, just tell her down off of the fact that she said that she felt like you was getting karma, but then you turned around and you rub elbows and you befriended the people who said worse than she said. You forgave Coco and he said all type of nasty shit about your son. He talked about you like a dog when he got jealous of your platform, so and you still forgave him twice, No more drama. It says she's lying and she said she never said she was a mandated reporter. Oh my God. Like they really think that people are slow. They really do. Mark says, anytime you can't say anything positive about someone, you have some type of hatred for that person. Definitely. Because regardless of, how I may feel about certain people, I can say positive things. I can still be like, hey, like I said, even with inclusion and Nana, I can say, hey, I definitely think that they were picking on inclusion. I definitely think that they were trying to dig up information on her and just talking shit about her because they didn't like her opinion. But do I think that inclusion probably should have wrote letters to the job or whatever? I don't think that she should have went that far. However, who are we to tell her how far to go when she feels hurt? So that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So even though I don't like Nana, and it's not like a dislike. I just don't care for her after what happened, but it's not a beef or anything. I can still look at that situation and be like, well, even though they did go hard on inclusion, I like inclusion, even though I feel like, inclusion is a very sweet woman, I do feel like it gets kind of sticky when you start to, try to write a letter or something of that nature to someone's employer or whatever. And look, I don't even know that full story. Wherever, I don't even know where the letter went. But whenever you start like writing letters and stuff, that's where it can get a little sticky. And And that's just me giving a truly just general opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so blinded by an argument, with this girl that we had years ago that I can't say, well, hey, listen, you may want to be careful when doing that, because that could look like, okay, now you're taking it to another level. It says, I hate that she would threaten LA with CPS. Also, I hate it when she had someone called Corunda Mother on LA. That was shady tell. Exactly. Like, she think we don't forgot. Lady, we ain't damn forgot. Mark says, yes, she's saying they gave out bus tickets. Yes, that was very messed up. Very, very messed up. It says it ain't an honest bone lady body. Okay. It says, now she uses her son death as an excuse to go in on people. She don't want nobody speaking on her deceased son, but wants to make fun of people speaking on everybody else living son. Exactly. And I think that, because I was, like I said, I catch bits and pieces of it here and there. And she was arguing with somebody one day, and she called someone on the panel, and she was like asking them, well, how do you feel about it was someone who had been in Sharita's live before, and she was like, well, I know that you're saying that. I guess the lady Sharita ain't cool no more. I guess I don't know what the backstory was, but she was like, well, how can a woman like you sit over there, and how can you listen to, if you say that you're such a good person, blah, 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 like, how can you listen to her speak ill of my deceased son? And the lady just told her, like, listen, lady, both of y'all was wrong. And I think that's what Roz is not understanding. Like, you don't get to dictate how people respond to your blatant attacks on them. You came out the woodwork attacking Latrice and her family unwarranted. You didn't know this woman from a can of paint. Okay. And so you can't be that low down. You put her real life business in jeopardy. What you did had some real life damage. There was there was detriment from your slander of her. Your constant, virtual slander and harassment of this woman caused her a lot of agony that we could visibly see. She couldn't run her business in peace. She couldn't have her kids with her in peace. You contributed to that before your son passed away. Okay, it got worse afterwards, but before your son passed away, you were doing interviews with people who had worked in her warehouse before. You were defaming this woman. You were participating in inflammatory actions against this woman, and so you don't get to tell somebody how to respond to that. Just imagine. And now you see when people are coming out and they're doing this, that, and the third. Guess what? Now you're coming back. Now you're talking about children. Now you're talking about babies. Now you're talking about deceased people. Now you're doing the same shit because you're hurt, right? So it's the same thing. It says exactly. You can't hit someone and tell them how and where to hit you back. Exactly. Because even with the inclusion in her daughter situation, on one hand, I could say, hey, well, I probably wouldn't have wrote no letter. But at the end of the day, if I see somebody putting out my information, whereas me, I would be the person, I'm just going to cuss your ass out and be like, oh, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to move on about my business. There are some people who will go all the way up on your ass. You know what I'm saying? In a different type of way. So it's just, you really can't tell people how to respond to disrespect. And what we can say is, I know for a fact, regardless of how it ended up on the back end, what we can say is a lot of this started because people simply would come out and give an opinion on how they did not agree with Roz's constant attack and on Latrice or whoever she was attacking at the moment. And from there, that Roz would then return with all these allegations. Let's look this person up. You can't be instead of her just saying, look, I know that I talk about Latrice like a dog, so I know people ain't gonna. I know there are gonna be some people who don't agree. She can't never just take it to the chin and be like, yeah, it's some people who ain't gonna like what I'm saying. Every single person who says, hey, Roz, I don't think that's right. Now, let's look this person up. Let's see what they got going on. Oh, they can't be. They can't be a woman of any substance if they don't agree with me. Like, it's like she almost can't believe that it's people who just simply don't agree. Would you tearing a woman and her children down every day? All right. It says, yes, this was all before her son passed away. And that's what the new folks don't get. It has nothing to do with her son, his passing. Exactly. Exactly. Like this was going on way before her son passed. Way before her son passed. It was her and Latrice she had already went to hell with Latrice. Like it didn't start revving up when her son passed. People were joining her panel. She was interviewing people that used to work for Latrice and trying to get them to spill tea and slander this woman's business. She was trying to perpetuate rumors about this woman's business way beforehand. And this is how I'm feeding my children. And this is my livelihood. And you are interviewing my employees trying to defame what I am doing for a living to feed my kids, then I would probably build up some type of hatred for you as well. And the fact that she couldn't see that she was on here, and how I got inserted to that conversation was, she came on here after her son passed and she was like, everybody's reached out to me, even people who I don't agree with, they even had the decency to send their condolences, but Latrice had the nerve. And I'm like, girl, why are you focusing on Latrice? She ain't gonna have shit good to say. So how can you expect, like my exact words were, what do you expect? What do you expect from someone who you have torn down so low? You expect someone whose business you've tried to ruin. You expect someone whose kids you've talked about. Because she was like, I didn't talk about the children. I talked about the parenting. No, you have talked about her children's appearance on multiple occasions in a distasteful way, even though these children are just sitting around the house chilling with their mama, you know what I'm saying, not going nowhere out and about. You've talking about their appearance as if you're dissatisfied with it. You talk about everything this woman do, and you really expect it for her to offer some type of empathy for you. Please. It says, I'm sorry, I can't listen to her. I'll be hollering at the phone like I holler at my kids when they sick. Like, cough that shit up and spit it out. Okay. And then she really want to be Tree's friend. Yeah, she really wants to be in the position that Treese is in. What really is, it's really jealousy. It's um it's really a situation where they can't believe that a woman who does not fit with their standards, because let's get right, Latrice lets it all hang out, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think that's what that family does not understand. There are certain, like, everything everything is not going, some people don't have to be fake. Some people wear their real life on their sleeve. Some people, their goal in life is not to try to put themselves above nobody, baby. They just living. Latrice gonna let all her flaws hang out, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, and they can't understand how someone who is so unpolished and someone who is just so, they're not trying to hide their imperfection. They're not trying to hide their chaos. They're not trying to hide none of that. They can't understand how someone who is not trying to pretend to be perfect is in a position that she's getting so much success. And Ross got jealous of that and started trying to tear the woman down. That's my perspective on how I see it. They could have believed that a person who, she ain't gotta come on here and lie about owning her house. She ain't gotta come on here and lie about not having an eviction notice. She can tell you the truth about her evictions. She can tell you whether she rent or whether she owns. She ain't gotta lie to everybody and lie and say she own her house when she know damn well she renting. She can tell you about her struggle. She can tell you about the time she been on stamps. She can tell you about the time when she ain't have nothing. She can tell you how she got out the mud, and she ain't got to get on here and try to pretend like that ain't never happened to her. They can't stand that because they can never do that. They can never say the naked truth. They can never say, hey, like even the other day, like my daughter was never, she was never suffering from an eviction. Lady, you're trying to be technical. Yes, we know your daughter was never physically evicted, but was eviction filed because she was late? Yes, and just say that. It's okay. Yes, my daughter was late on her rent. Yes, and what about it? And what about it? That's all you gotta say. But instead, you're trying to fake the funk, which makes people agitate the situation more because you all try to antagonize people and put people down. Now people feel inclined to be like, well, wait a minute, baby. Your shit don't stink either. You know? It is that she's been talking about the lady for almost 3 years. Just sad. Very sad. It says now she's not cool with her son that threw her that party in New York because she wants to steer away from the negativity. She can't go separately ways gracefully. Exactly. She got mad at the I think what lady name Angel mom. She got mad at her. Because she was like one second, y'all. One moment. But yeah, she was like, "Well, I'm just saying, if you know that most of my content is around negativity, then why would you get on there and tell everybody that stay away from the negativity? I feel like trying to tell people stay away from me. No, she and you see how you felt slighted because you befriended someone who does the same thing that you do, and you feel like she's trying to steer people away from what you do. That's all Treese was trying to say when she would befriend people who were content creators, who were moving a little funny to her. But you got mad at Treese about it. You got mad at Treese for kind of feeling away when her content creator friends will say certain things. But then you turn around and do the same shit. It says, and in that same live, she bold-faced lied and said she's never heard anybody speak on the deceased until YouTube. Yet she spoke on Tree's son that passed away as well as Tanya. Girl, yes, yes. It says it really got heated when she attacked Treese regarding Courtney's. Yes, that's when it really turned all the way up. It says she be even getting her hair done like Treese. Okay, honey, when we first met, you was wearing the pony. Now you be getting the weaves and everything. And so she told out another woman in the sector that Risa lost her son, but wants someone to give her grace during her grief. Okay. It says, well, they definitely need to go to the mommy sector and watch some of those mothers, especially Nika. I don't know who that is, but you know what, y'all? And that's what I'm saying. People judge people like Latrice, but I literally saw, and I'm not gonna call the content creator's name because I'm not trying to tear her down. But there is a content creator on Facebook, and she literally went live the other day, and she told her entire life that she's going to have to give her child up for adoption because she can no longer care for her. And that to me broke my heart when I saw that. And I'm like, I watch people like Latrice get torn down. I watch people like my Jazz Life get torn down. Like, I watch people get torn down just for less. And it's people who are real life about to give their children up for adoption because they cannot take care of them. And they're content creators while doing this. It's worse stuff going on out here in the world. And I was just scrolling on Facebook, and the girl, she does like makeup and stuff. And she always kind of goes through a hard time here and there. But she was just basically saying, like, she can't do it anymore. Like, she's going to have to give her 3-year-old up for adoption. I'm like, wow, like, I don't know them. And she was like, she needs to work on herself mentally. And I try not to judge people's decisions. So I've just I'm gonna keep my mouth off of what I think about it personally. But there are people out here who are going through way worse. Okay, way worse, because that blew my mind. And that content creator, no one in the comments was bashing her. No one was tearing her down. Like, no one was taking the videos and making reactions. Like, and she has a good following on Facebook. No one was being negative towards her. And I'm like, wow, like, this is something that can really be. This is like, to hear a mother say they're going to give away their 3-year-old. That's a lot. And if people can extend grace in that situation, then I mean, hell, shit. Everybody need grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It says they still lie about stuff and it being black and white. Okay. It says LA shows everything with no filter, which is respected. In my opinion, Fluffy can't stand next to her. Not never. I promise you. She could never stand in her flaws. She could never just stand and be like, hey, look, this me, flaws and all. I'm telling you, baby, I'm not perfect. Okay. I don't pretend to be perfect. Okay. I'm Nigeria. I done been through it, but guess what? I done overcame some things, and here I am today, flaws and all. And I can stand on every flaw that I have. I can stand on everything. There's no one that can tear me down with anything because I'm me through it all. You know what I'm saying? Just like my old girl said, but you got a PPP and did, and what about it? And what about it? And what about it and did? and got my proof and got my tax returns and got my emails. And what about it? Like, I can stand on that because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I said she had separation, abandonment, and rejection very hard because that's all she was given her whole life. Yeah, no more drama. I was like, oh my God. When I watched that, and she just said it, she was like, I'm gonna have to do this. And her comment section was filled with people just giving a lot of grace and a lot of love to her. And I'm like, damn, I wish people in this sector could have that same heart, because if they're, if that girl was over here in this sector, maybe they would have tore her to shreds, honey. But people in the girls' comment section, they actually respected the fact that she is definitely going through something mentally. So they, even though it's hard to see, they respected her. And I'm like, you know what? That was big of them. It's easy for her to tear another parent down who's lost her child, because she never and will never grieve the loss of her child. She has love for her son, but she didn't love him. Yeah. I just think that she just uses YouTube as an outlet to attack people and get out her anger, and that's just not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come on here and you get into it with any and everybody for any and every damn thing. Like, you're damn near 50 years old. Get it together. And she's not the only one. She's not the only one. It's a lot of people who need to get this shit a break. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it shouldn't be to the point where, none of us should be to the point where people is, gotta go to court, and people is talking about people babies, and people is, it's a lot. I think everybody needs to try to unplug and, find that healthy balance. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, change it all the way up, because hell, if this is how you build your content and you like to react and you like to talk about the drama, cool. But just find a healthy balance, because I feel like a lot of people are just knee deep into the bullshit. And it's like, that's why I take my breaks. I come back. I take my breaks. I come back. It says, in regards to the situation, at least she's honest about not being able to care for her child. It's so many mothers that K-word their children because of their mental illness. Exactly. And that's what she said. And that's why I really couldn't even judge her, because even though, like I said, I watched her for a while, so it was like certain things I was like, yeah. But, I feel like she said that. She was like, well, if I keep her and I end up, doing something crazy, then y'all would judge me then. So, she doesn't have any family that can get the child. She just doesn't have anybody. And she was like, so she's going to, go through the adoption process so that she can give her child a better life. And, I feel like it was big. It just showed how we have to put our personal opinions to the side. Like, we can't think about, well, I would never, you know what I'm saying? We got to kind of just try to give everyone grace, because we never know what someone is going through. And so it was so big of everyone in that comment section, to where we're all mothers. And I know that we would probably never do something like that, but it was just it was kind of good to see people just not, just go off the deep end and start attacking her and start, what I'm saying? Not saying that I agree with her decision, because I definitely don't, but it's just like, it's not always the right time to tear somebody down. If people are already going through enough in life already be life, and why tear them down even more? That's all I'm saying. It says she doesn't know what real love feels like. I bet you didn't fall in love with her. I bet she didn't fall in love with her kids when they came out her belly. She probably looked at them and told the nurse to take them and not breastfeed. Blessings, you is on fire today. I mean, I feel like, she has a lot she doesn't realize it. You have to do more than just put on a front. I feel like anyone who truly cared about their children wouldn't even have their children in this position to be sitting on the internet going back and forth to strangers all day. Like, if you have such a successful daughter, you have another daughter who needs to be focusing on finishing school and all of that, you need to be telling them, hey, look, y'all need to stay off here. Don't try to fight my battles. Don't try to come in this with me. Like, I wouldn't be sitting back if I got one child that's already behind that needs to go ahead and get their first degree, and I got another child that, has accomplished something great, but now they need to focus on building their career. I'm not going to sit down and I'm going to encourage them. Hey, don't worry about it. You ain't got to speak up for me today. You ain't got to go there. You ain't got to take it there. Focus on what you need to be focused on so that you can progress forward. Because this social media can be a big distraction. It can distract you from your goals. It can distract you from where you're trying to go. So a real mother wouldn't even want their kids wouldn't even want their children, trying to do some legal work. Like, the fact that you're even asking your child to, to legally represent you for some shit that can be avoided on YouTube, it just shows how much you don't respect your kids and what they got going on. Like, mom, I'm trying to finish school. Like, I'm trying to graduate. Mom, I'm trying to be a damn lawyer. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my shit together over here. Like, I ain't got time to be arguing back and forth with random ass people with you every day. I ain't got time to be looking up about information. I don't have time to be going to no damn meet and greet with no damn people who you just gonna fall out with in 3 more months. I don't got time for the shit. That's how I would be with it, okay? Exactly. I feel like she's doing the right thing to give the child a better life. Yeah. And that's what I had to look at as well. Like, I couldn't imagine doing that. But I also feel like, sometimes there are people who were adopted and now they're millionaires. Now they're successful. They're, what I'm saying, now they were able to be introduced to a better life. So, it's better than sitting up there struggling, and you may, like she said, I may end up homeless, and where my child gonna go, so even though it's a hard decision, it's something that I don't think I could ever do. It's like, we got to respect people, and because we never know what they are battling with mentally, and we can't, our first response can't be to tear someone down and to look down on them for that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, it just was really not even really, because it was a sad situation. I don't want to say refreshing, but it just was like, it was so big of the people in her comment section to not go in on her, and to not just, do her like that. It says, to me, Teresa isn't a bad mom at all. No one raised the same, so no one gets the same parenting. Just because Teresa may do things we wouldn't doesn't mean she's a piss poor mammy like Ross. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the girl that I was watching the other day is kind of like, even though that's a decision that I would never make, guess what? She's not me. I have a family that would help me with my child. I have a family I have a child's father who would take my child if anything were to ever happen to me. So, you can't judge people when you have not walked them out of their shoes. And so you just have to be careful how you put your mouth on people, how you speak on people, because you could be in that same position that you're trying to speak over people's life. You're trying to speak brokenness over people's life. You're trying to speak financial instability over people's life. You're trying to speak struggle over people's life. And it's going to end up happening to you. And we've kind of seen it happen a little bit. So be careful how you speak on people. That's it. I wouldn't give my child away either, but I also don't have mental problems. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. So it's kind of like, we can say what we wouldn't do, but I would rather the child have a chance at a better life. You know what I'm saying? And if a mother says, look, I can't do it, and I got to do the right, and I got to do what's best for the child. If that's what they feel is the best, then all we can do is respect it and pray that it comes out and it works in that child's favor. That's it. Exactly. You know? So at first, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I see things all the time in life where, it's so easy to judge, but it's like, if you take a step back, everyone is unique and different. Everyone does not always do things the way that you think they should do them. And so who are we to kind of sit back and just be so harsh and judgmental and mean over just real life stuff? Now, if you see somebody being mean to somebody else, now you can judge them, because why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? But if you see somebody just doing the best they can to live their life, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, let you can give your opinion and move on, but you ain't got to try to end nobody. You don't have to try to call no CPS on nobody. You don't have to try to, you don't have to try to ruin someone's livelihood, take people's kids. Like, you don't have to do all that because they just don't live the way that you live. It's a big world out here. Everyone was raised differently with different morals and different values. And so who are you to try to be the judge and the juror of that, but then not want people to do it to you? Like, it'd be different if you were doing it to somebody and then you're taking it to the chin when people are doing it to you. But it's like, you can't take it when you're in that position. So why do you continue to try to put that on someone else? That's the part that be confusing the hell out of me. One second, child. All right, it says now, Nika, I'm sorry, but so many go in on her because she really is horrible. Treese is nowhere near that mother, so Ross needs to go to the mommy sit and realize she's just a Treese hater. Who is Nika? See, I be so lost. I be so lost, honey. Y'all done brought up some everything, honey. Y'all done brought up pregnancy, honey. Somebody been pregnant, not somebody, somebody over here. Child, it's a lot. But my voice starting to give out, y'all, but so I ain't gonna be here too much longer. But yeah, I just had to come say hey to y'all. I miss y'all. I miss y'all. I'm sorry for my absence, but I'm be all the way real. I'm be all the way real. Y'all just tune in when y'all see me. Tune in and show me some love when y'all see me. But I can't do this shit every day. I can't. I don't see how these people do it. I promise you, I can't get on here and I can't argue about it every day. It says Nika and 10 beautiful children. 10? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go watch that, and I still have a lot of catch up to do, even in this sector. Like there has just been so much to transpire, but I just really came in today to say, y'all don't feed too much into it. Like, if you want to be a part of the change, to try to move differently, and don't try to go to hell with somebody just because they went low with you. It's easier said than done, but just try to take the high road. Somebody got to do it, but like I said, I just wanted to come say hey. I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna just do a community post and then just go back into hide. Let me come talk to my people and let me see how everybody's been doing. And I hope everybody's been doing well. I went shopping today and I started buying some Christmas stuff. So it's that time of year again. It's time. Who like Mariah Carey? That's the bootleg Mariah, honey. It's time. It is time to put them trees up. It is time to hang the mistletoe. It's time to go buy some eggnog. Y'all like eggnog? I do. It tastes pretty good. But it's time to go and get the Christmas tree snack cakes from the store. And you know what? If y'all have never had it, I don't know where y'all would get it from, because down here, the bars downtown, like when it's wintertime, they all do like a Christmas tree cheesecake. So like the snack cake that they sell at the store, all the restaurants downtown, they do their own version of the Christmas tree cheesecake. And some people, like some local bakers around here, they actually sell them too, and they are really, really good. And they taste just like the Christmas tree snack cake, but it's a cheesecake, y'all. So if y'all have anybody in y'all area, any, like, because this is the time where all like the bakers and all, they come out, the chefs, and they come out and they do they 1-2 with the holiday treats. If y'all have anyone that makes the Christmas tree cheesecake in your area, try it out. Okay, I promise you will not be disappointed. But yes, it's the holidays. Love on your family. Be positive. It's almost a new year. Make you some goals. Stick to them. And I will see you all in my next. Oh, Lil Black said, so glad to hear you all. So glad to hear from you, Nye. Don't keep us waiting. I'm not. I'm going to try not to be gone for too long. But I listen, y'all, like, look, y'all may not see me again for like another couple days. How about that? But I got to catch up. I'm so behind. You too. Have a good evening. Blessing. Blessing says you ladies have a good evening. I'm off of work and headed down the road. Stay blessed. Thank you. And I will, but I love you all. Enjoy your family. Enjoy these holidays. Go ahead and get ready for Black Friday next week. It is my birthday next week. So November 24th, Sagittarius season. So y'all, I will see y'all on my next. I may go live on my birthday. Maybe. I don't know. Don't hold me to it, but I'll see y'all in my next video. Love y'all. See y'all later.